All right. Okay, so let me adjust the lighting here. All right, see if I can see what's going on here. Okay, I'll wait a couple seconds for people to log on. Hey, Holly. Diego is in the house. We got Hannah. All right, good. We got everyone. Chris is here. Let's see who else. Lynn H. Sandra. Charles. Bella is back. All right. Kevin. Fantastic. How you guys doing? I hope you're all doing great on this 30-day challenge. Low carb, no cheat. I'm here to answer any questions, anything you're running into. We got VBR from North Carolina, Boise, Idaho. Man, everyone's here. That's awesome. New York. So, good. So the first question is male pattern baldness only genetic? No, it's not always genetic. It could be high a type of testosterone that is called DHT, which is a very powerful type, and that can burn the hairs out of your scalp. I'm sorry, not the hairs, but the roots of the hair. All right, and there's actually an enzyme that you can take to block that, and you can get that in a product called stinging nettle root. Okay, what's your thoughts on topical steroid withdrawal? Yeah, that is a situation. There's two things that you want to do. One is vitamin D, and lots of it because that's going to help. And then also some vitamin E oil, and I think the best would be the wheat germ oil. All right, let's see what we got. Doctor said I have mild psoriasis on my scalp and face, so what diet do I need to get into? Well, take a wild guess what I'm going to say, guys. Keto in IF, healthy keto, because that is going to reduce inflammation and it's going to help to clean up your skin real nicely. Also take B vitamins. Okay, what herbs can help with menopause? I would do ashwagandha. That's an adaptogen. It's good for the adrenals, and after menopause, that's really where your weakness is. It's the adrenals. Okay, so Lonnie Hoke says that I've been 20 grams carbs for 2 weeks. My blood sugar is still in the 90s. Lonnie, don't worry about that. That happens with a lot of people that have had diabetes or prediabetes or insulin resistance in the past. That will improve. I wouldn't be concerned. You could exercise a little bit, and then also maybe go a little bit strict with your carbs even more, and then also do a little longer fast. But just give it time. It will actually come down. It just tells us you had really insulin resistance, shall we say. Okay, what tea should I drink for adrenal fatigue? Green tea is great for adrenal fatigue, but try to get some decaffeinated because there's so much caffeine in green tea. Okay, started keto, but what about cellulite? Will my quit of bread help me get rid of it? Yeah, I don't think bread is going to help with that. But a lot of times cellulite is atrophy of the muscle, and you want to build up the muscle because you might consider it all fat, but it could be a loss of muscle that looks like cellulite. So with cellulite in general, you need to definitely exercise the lower part of your body, and it could take up to a year to really get rid of that. But it's going to be a combination of really healthy eating, but there's really no other way but then to exercise the part of your body where you have a cellulite, and to the point where it kind of creates a vacuum to suck out some of this fat, if it is fat. Okay, what's the best way to help a stall? Shelly S. is asking. The best way is to evaluate a couple things. One, are your carbs low? Do you have, is there any hidden carbs? Are you doing intermittent fasting? How long are you doing it for? Extend the fast. Add exercise. Add sleep. Find the body issue that you, like if there's any type of body problems that you have, inflammatory conditions or thyroid or liver or fibroids, whatever, deal with the weak link of your body, some type of body problem, and that will actually free up. It's kind of like getting rid of all the the applications in your desktop computer. All right, let's see. Dina says, don't forget to like. You're right, please like me. All right, can a low carb diet heal my dopamine receptors? Yes, 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 because the sugar is what really causes your dopamine receptors to downgrade and not work anymore. Is there a difference between diffuse thinning all over as opposed to receding or a bald spot? It's so funny, Darren, you're asking that because I am releasing a video on that one topic. It should be released, I think maybe Saturday or Sunday, but I want you to watch that video because there's a lot to talk about. All right, I'm suffering from severe diarrhea after fasting for 72 hours. Well, that's dangerous because you don't want to lose your electrolytes. You better start taking electrolytes immediately. Take trace minerals as well, like zinc, very, very important, and potassium. I would back off and not do fasting for very long right now until your body resets. Okay. Do ovary hormones cause carb cravings and have carb cravings during the week before my period? Yeah, they do. What's happening is you're getting this hormone shift. If it's a week before your period, that is a spike in progesterone. So, or it could be a problem with progesterone too. So, I would get clues, like where do you hold your weight? Do you hold your weight on your hips? That could be estrogen dominance. Do you have, what happens when you have your cycle? Is it heavy? That could be estrogen dominance. One way to actually correct that is to take progesterone, and in your case, that might be the thing that you might need to do. Okay, so I don't seem to be able to lose but a few pounds on keto. What am I doing wrong? I work out for 5 days a week. In order to evaluate that, I need to know what you're eating and I need more data, but typically I'm guessing that I'm just gonna guess. And a couple things that people will ask related to that is I'm not losing. I've done it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Well, it could take a few months before your body starts getting healthy so you can lose weight. But if you focus on getting healthy first, that's what I would do. But again, if you're really not losing enough weight, if you take a look at keto, low carb, you can go low carb more, or you can do longer fasting. The most powerful thing is to do longer fasting, if you could do it. Okay, Manto says he's facing heart palpitations when taking vitamin K2, MK7, please help. I think I would, if I were you, I would take vitamin D with it because they both work together. And you could also need to take potassium or some other electrolyte because that's really, the heart rhythm is controlled by the electrolytes. So that's what I would do. Will drinking about 12 limes or lemons a day undiluted, 6 in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, cause urinary tract infections? Absolutely not. No, it's not going to cause that. It'll probably help with kidney stones though. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Dr. Berg, how can I increase my LDLs? Well, I would just, I wouldn't try to increase them. I would just basically eat the normal healthy keto and not worry about it because your body's going to adjust the LDLs based on what it needs. So it might need some certain cholesterol in the cells and it might not. Okay, John says Keto Summit 2020. Yes, we are doing that and I'm going to be planning that very soon. I'm excited about the speakers. I already have a lineup. So we're in the organizing phase. I hope you can come, John. I am going to be going to the summit in Denver in March. I think it's like the 24th or 25th. There's another summit. I'm going to be there. They couldn't fit me in as a speaker. I may be doing part of the panel, but if you're going to be there, I'll be chatting with people. So if you have any questions, you can show up at that summit there, because I'll just be answering questions, and I'll be in the audience. Okay, so we have someone from Malaysia. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, Lori says, I lost too much weight. I've been on keto since March, and I feel I've lost too much weight. How do I gain some back? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to just increase a combination of calories and fat, a little more protein, and you need to start working out heavier weights. That's what I would do. And if you still want to gain weight, maybe you just add 3 meals, no snacks, but you definitely need to increase more food. For example, myself, unfortunately, I have to eat a lot of calories. Sometimes I have to eat about at least 3,000 calories a day to keep my weight up. And it's not easy. It's just a lot of food, especially when I'm not hungry. Okay. Let's see what we got here. How to treat epilepsy. Well, again, here's my disclaimer. We're not going to treat any diseases, but you should research the ketogenic diet with epilepsy, because that's something that can actually help you. All right. Can keto help endometriosis? Yes, but you also have to avoid dairy and also GMO foods. Like I would do organic exclusively, because glyphosate, the chemical, can act like an estrogen disruptor. Okay, let me see here. It seems like your answer for everything is keto and IF. Is there any scenario you wouldn't recommend keto? And if it seems your answer for everything is keto and IF, is there any scenario you wouldn't? No, there's no scenario. And I'm being very sarcastic. As far as diet-wise, you can tweak the diet to tailor-make it to your weakness, of course. But there is no condition where you need more carbs. There is no condition where you wouldn't want to do this. Now, with intermittent fasting, there's some contraindications. If you're pregnant, if you're lactating, you don't want to do intermittent fasting. So why do I almost answer every question with the same answer? That's the question. Well, simply because there's a lot of people new on this, and they probably haven't heard it before, and that combination of those two things handles something that's very, very, very common with the majority of health problems. It's high insulin. So if you wanted to tailor make it to your liver, for example, you can add more cruciferous vegetables. If you want to tailor make it to your thyroid, you can add sea kelp. So there are things you can do to tailor make it, but the basic protocols are the same. All right, greetings from Belgium. Dr. Berg, is it a good idea to take multivitamin which contains all the minerals in the fasting? Yeah, you can. You can, but here's the thing. Make sure if you ever get a multivitamin and mineral, get one that's a whole food base, not a synthetic base. So that's what I would recommend. And by the way, I am going to Germany. When am I going? I think I'm going to go in April. The north part of Germany. I'm going to visit some friends, so never been there before. I'm excited to check it out. All right, so, okay, keto, 16 to 20 hours for 2 years, only lost 50 pounds, not losing anything. I have 50 pounds I need to lose. I eat when my blood sugar, I eat when my blood sugar is in the mid-70s. Blood ketones are 1.5. I eat healthy, super keto, low carb. Well, then, here's the thing, JB. you're not fasting long enough. Some people have a very stubborn metabolism, and I tell them to actually have one meal a day every other day. That's what I would do if I were you. Okay, Emma Lee says, is 50, oh geez. Okay, says, let me see if I can pull this back here. Oh geez, I think I lost it, darn it. Okay. Is a cheat day with lots of fat and vegetables, 20 grams or less of carbs, bad? No. But I mean, I don't know, you're cheating with fat and vegetables. I don't think that's a problem. Basically, I increase my calories on the cheat day as they are very low on other days. I think that's totally fine. I don't even think that's cheating. All right, good. I just want to see. All right. Dr. Berg, is it okay to eat low-carb bread? Well, if it's made from almond flour and things, but you don't want to do grains. All right. Doing keto and having a hard time exercising as much. Yeah, well, I would do walking and not anything else right now. Okay, good. Good questions. All right. All right. Dr. Berg, how do I gain weight while taking dexedrine? God, I would not take dexedrine, Dennis. This is, I would not suggest that because it's going to mess up your appetite and your metabolism. So, yeah, that's what I would do. How do you prevent gout? My feet hurt. You guys have some really specific questions today. That's awesome. Lemon juice and potassium citrate. You want to alkalize the body a little bit more, and then that way the uric acid won't come out of solution. So also maybe have just a moderate amount of protein, not spike it too much. All right. Can you show us some of the books behind you? Well, I can't go reach them, but I will show you a book, some books, and here's one right here that I'm reading. Genetic Polymorphism and Susceptibility to Disease. This is a freaking awesome book, okay? It's some of these books I get though, they're just so expensive. I just bought a Kindle for $100. It's crazy expensive. Yes, I need the data because there's something specific I want, but unfortunately, there's like usually maybe 20% of it that's like really good, but the rest of it is, I don't need that data. But this book is about, there's alteration in our genes that can cause susceptibility to getting diseases. And they're talking about the vitamin D receptor and having resistance there, which then I'm doing a video on this topic right here. If you're, 30% of the population has a problem absorbing vitamin D3. And so it's called a polymorphism where it's a genetic defect. And so the way to solve that is to take more vitamin D and take boron and magnesium and to help speed it up, and omega-3 fatty acids. But if you happen to have any gut issues, you're not going to absorb vitamin D, in which case you need to do gut-friendly vitamin D, and that would be the sublingual vitamin D. You can also go to the doctor and get it injected, or get a lot of sun. All right. Let's see here. I'm on intermittent fasting, 16/8. Then breakfast skipping breakfast cause harm to your body? You want to skip breakfast. You want to skip breakfast. No, it will not. Eating breakfast, eating too many meals will cause harm to your body. Our bodies were not meant to consume all this, the frequency of meals. Dr. Berg, how can I find a doctor trained by you near me? Any recommendations for doctors? It's so funny you asked that. I'm going to create a page on keto-friendly doctors because I'm getting this question over and over and over. Because people are on medication, they want a keto-friendly doctor that's going to work with them because their doctor is not working with them. So stay tuned. I'm aggressively going after that. So very soon I'll have a page and just with doctors that you can go to that are into keto. Okay, simple. Yesterday I tried to get this question: does it matter what the sardines are packed in? I'm on the challenge. Great, Noreen. And I've been with you 42 years. Wow, that's great. 42 years. Maybe you meant 2 years. Um, Doc had me. Docs had me off 6 medications. That is awesome. Okay, so here's the thing. I highly recommend you do it with the olive oil. It doesn't have to be, and sometimes, it's in soy oil, which I don't recommend. So olive oil or water, but I like the oil because that's going to help you absorb some of the fat-soluble vitamins and also the omega-3 fatty acids. The thing about sardines, the one that I like, honestly, and you may not like this, is the one with the bones in it and the skin on it. That's the real good one. You have to get those like on Amazon. Okay, does keto affect the thyroid? No, not if you're doing healthy keto with all the nutrients. Okay. How can I will 70% fat in one meal? Please help. Well, realize that the fat doesn't represent necessarily the like volume, like 70% of all the calories. So if you look at a plate, and we took this plate and we drew a circle. Let's see if I can. Let me show you something. All right, so I'm going to show you. Here's a plate, just so you can see this. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Okay, here's your plate. Half of it vegetables, quarter of it protein, a quarter of it fat. But here's the thing, because fat has more calories, so it's more dense with calories, the volume is actually not as big as you think. And actually in the download that I gave you guys, I actually showed you examples of what that looks like. All right, is apple cider vinegar safe during pregnancy? Yes. Dr. Berg, what are your thoughts on drinking essential oils with added flavor? I think it's totally fine, totally fine. All right, Dr. Berg, I want to start OMAD. It is not advised to do it every day. Is it not advised to do it every day? If so, then how long I do it if I choose to do it every day before I mess up my system? Okay. You can do it every day. You can do it every day, and you can totally be healthy with that. Eating one meal a day is not going to harm your system. It's interesting, our bodies really are not supposed to consume that many meals, especially with all the snacks. When I tried to go 100% vegetarian, that's when my body started acting up within 3 months of it. What did I do wrong? Well, there's a lot of challenges with being a vegetarian. First of all, there's a lot of fiber that you might not be able to digest. There's also grains. There's other things. So I would, if you didn't do well on it, I wouldn't do it again. I would just do healthy keto in the way that I recommend. All right. Doctor told me to avoid saturated fat. Confused. Get a new doctor. Do we really need to go over that over and over? Because sometimes these doctors, they're so outdated. They're stuck in this low calorie thing, or you have to do low fat. We need to move on because it's totally false data that fat is the problem. So you want to take advice from someone that is updated on things and that does their own research, not someone that has fixed ideas and is unwilling to try something new. Okay, Dr. Berg, is the fat of meat good? Yes, it is. Doc, is kefir safe if you have candida? No. I know, it has friendly bacteria. It's the sugar. The way to get rid of candida really easily is to cut out the sugar more than anything, and I'm talking about milk sugar especially. Why vegetables make me gassy? Because you don't have the right composition of microbes. I'll be releasing a video on that, but in the meantime, what I would do if I were you is switch up the vegetables and try less vegetables. And you might even need to steam some of them. Are MCT oil and coconut oil the same? No, MCT oil is a concentrated medium chain triglyceride in coconut oil. Coconut oil has medium chain triglycerides and a bunch of other things as well. So it's just a part of it. The psyllium husk break the fast? No, because it's a fiber. Fastest way to get rid of a head cold, take about 40,000 IUs of vitamin D. Chronic prostate remedy, stinging nettle root, and avoid dairy. I don't get baby spinach here, or avocados, or arugula, or kale, or lettuce here. Well, where do you live? All right. The fat data was misleading. Yes, it was. That's why we have a lot of videos on fat, and a lot of these videos, a lot of studies that people are using to say that fat is bad are observational studies. All right, let's see. Dr. Berg, I got LASIK last summer, but vision seems to be regressing with keto. Any ideas on what's going on? Well, you're asking someone that's now wearing glasses about eyesight, really? Here's what I would do. There's a product I would get on Standard Process. It's a Standard Process product. You can get it, hopefully, on somewhere on Amazon. It's called Oculotrophin PMG. Oculotrophin PMG, because when they do LASIKs, they're doing a laser on your cornea, and it creates damage. And if you take the Oculotrophin PMG one before bed, you're going to notice some interesting things heal up with the eye. That's what I would do if I were you. Okay, so someone wants to know, why do I have a dull pain underneath my right rib? That's gallbladder congestion. Watch my videos on that. Restless leg syndrome on keto, you need B1. Thoughts on raw maca root powder? You know, I tried that one time, and I'm not saying it's going to happen to you or anyone else, but I literally started seeing these little dots, like little specks, like lights. And I'm like, what the heck was that? So I decided not to continue that. All right. Can keto reverse chronic divorce? Yes. It will undo your divorce that you had, and definitely it'll undo it chronically. Okay, keto sweeteners. The best one I think is erythritol and stevia and monk fruit and xylitol. Chronic sinus infection. Could be like a fungus in there, but stinging nettle root is a good one. Garlic is a good one, especially if you do the nasal rinse with the garlic. That would be very, very beneficial. And zinc, that's going to help you a lot. Can neuropathy in the legs be reversed? I think they can, but you have to try it out. I would try something, it's called benfotiamine. I did a video on that, and that's what you need to take. Benfotiamine. Take 4 of those a day. You can get it anywhere. Okay, kindly share your email address for any questions regarding keto. Well, here's the problem with that. There's thousands and thousands of questions every day, and I would never be able to even complete my videos if I answered every single question. So guess what? That's why I do videos, so you could watch the videos, get the answers. You'd be shocked to find out how many videos. I have 5,000 on every different topic. So the best thing to do is to search out the videos on my blog first, and I think you'll find the answers to the question. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go over to Facebook right now. If you want to go there, you can. I'll be answering some questions. Keep going with this keto challenge. If you don't know anything about the keto challenge, I will put a link down below so you can sign up, or you can go to my homepage on Facebook, and I actually have in the description. I show you how to sign up for this keto challenge, and you get daily tips, okay, on your cell phone. All right, have a great evening, and we will see you next Thursday.